I don't know why I didn't hear music on my end, but you hear me all right, right, Teach?
Mm-hmm. I hear you
All
perfectly.
right.
Um,
How we? What
are
we
we
got
live?
background noise or?
No, no, no. You're good. You're good. It just wasn't popping up that we were live, so I'm like, are we live?
Yeah, it says live on this end, man. But anyways, delayed entry. How we doing, people? Really and Teach ready to preach, and for weeks, possibly months, we've been looking forward to these cans right here. Possibly, potentially right here. I say the same thing for Skater of the Year. This might be Flavor of the Year potential candidates. Particularly for the Monster Company, we gotta start doing rewards like hell. Just something we should keep in mind. But Teach,
The Energy Awards 2024, brought to you by your hosts, the Caffeinated Podcast, Teach and Relly.
yeah,
Jot that idea down, write it down. We'll use it at the end of the year.
yeah. But these have been hyped around, man. When they said January for the sour gummy worm, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was looking about this like mid January. And it's funny, the deli I go to in the morning to get breakfast right by my work, they've had this sticker saying coming soon on it.
Yeah, everywhere had the coming soon for this one as well.
The funny thing is, though, too, I went to a mobile gas station that I never go to, but something told me, I'm like, wait a minute, didn't I find something there not too long ago? In my head, it said check there first. It was my first stop, nailed it.
Also,
And my deli that I went to, they have this, they don't have the rain.
for the audience now, podcast is slowly more and more upgrading and getting things better so we can continue on and have a better caffeinated year. We got Relly all set up with this new computer, so now we can actually look a little bit better, sound a little bit better, do a little bit better.
I know. They're actually seeing how like the shadow behind me is like blending in with the hair. Looks a little weird at this point, but hey, I got a little bit of color in the face.
But Relly's right. Ever since they've been announced, I've been looking for both of these, and there's been stickers all over, and I found both of them about a week ago, and you know, hyped to try them.
Michigan perks.
We call them M Perks, not to be confused with Meyer Perks. For anybody that knows what a Meyer is, not a Meyer, a Meyer. The H is like, or the J is like an H.
Oh God, you're getting me into like the topic of that khakis and car keys are the same thing in Boston.
Hey, throw me your khakis. Why am I throwing
Throw
you
me
my
the
pants?
khakis.
Why am I throwing you my pants? Nah, not your pants, your khakis.
Khakis. You go khakis or khakis.
Ah, khakis or khakis.
You talk with the hands.
Ah, ah.
You gotta talk with the hands. Yes, I will be here all night. Enjoy the salad bar.
Hey, there we go. We do have a couple other. I do have a couple other interesting topics to go over tonight as well. One is
And
a
yes,
cool
by the way, this is a whale with a hat on.
New York whale. One of
New
those is
York's white
technically
whale.
an opportunity to everybody, public, the audience, and more. The other one is actually an energy related topic that's not technically related to energy, but it's related to a company and some shit going down.
Which company? I'm wondering.
F3.
F3. Oh, that's right. So thankfully, because I've been hearing some certain things. Now, some things I think we could agree some things with F3 that we aren't going to put on the record. I'm pretty sure you kind of know where I'm going with this, right?
No.
The things that you've DM'd me about, I'm probably sure that we should keep off the record. But as far as I'm assuming you're referring to the cookie thing that just happened
Yes.
recently.
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying
That
we've
still
talked
has developing
we've
update.
so we've been talking about F3 even before the glitch contest you were a part of. And there was another contest prior to that for new recruits.
Oh, I
And
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
so,
we're not talking about that. We're
so
talking about the
yes, I'm
cookie
going to,
box.
yes. So there's certain pre F3 events we're going to keep off the record. But about this cookie thing, so I just find a bunch of tweets going on. Hold on, let me turn a little bit of, let me start the mood a little bit. So if we're going by just this cookie thing, I just noticed I see a tweet saying, hey, why are there cookies with no expiration date and they're crumbled up in this shipping label? I'm assuming you know more than I do.
The thing is that there was a person who got the cookies and there was mold. From the developments I have seen and trying to gather any and all information and more data, is that F3 is not handling it the best way. They have not made an official statement. They have not come forward about it. As well, a lot of partners, F3 partners slash affiliates, have started. It's kind of like the G Fuel debacle. You remember when the G Fuel had the partnership manager like debacle 2 years ago, and then like all the
It
partners.
was on my birthday. How could I forget?
Yeah, all the partners were fleeing ship. A lot of F3 affiliates slash partners are now leaving because of this debacle. And as well, it's also not good when people are affiliates or partners with said company and they're also going into people's streams, harassing others because of the subject. So they aren't exactly putting out a good image for themselves. The people that they are sponsoring and affiliating aren't putting out an even better image that they are presenting as well. The thing for people to remember is that if you are a partner or affiliate with the company, you are representing the company. You are a part of their image.
Oh, I think I've heard of this streamer before. So, question isn't Laura the Explorer a glitch partner?
No.
Or a glitch affiliate?
No.
It says followed by a glitch. I wasn't sure.
Well,
but
it could be just followed by the Twitter, but that doesn't mean they're affiliated or partners.
I wasn't sure. So
no, no way are they with glitch. No, they were with F3.
If I put F3 in the Caffeinated Podcast Twitter. So I'm on the Caffeinated Podcast Twitter account right now.
Mm-hmm.
I put in F3 and went to top. Laura the Explorer. GG's to the F3 affiliate that called my son a R word and said he bashes his head against the wall. Such a great company, right? Such great people surrounding this brand. Send in your affiliates to mob a mother and her child. Ha! Stay classy, F3. Gabs. Twitch partner. 11.7k followers. Social media influencer. Let's see.
That tweet right there, I can read it if you don't see it, but that's a very good one on the same subject that hits both of them together.
So we have here, this is from Gabs, Just Gabs. No, this is 5 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
No longer affiliated with F3. I left G Fuel because of the way they were treating their partners, and now I feel the same with F3. This has way more to do with that nasty cookie scandal, but obviously that was kinda did it for me. The way they have handled a lot of their problems is extremely unprofessional. On top of that, they can give out codes to everyone like candy. There's no exclusivity. The way they treat community members and affiliates just rubs me the wrong way. They took a few months to send out one of a giveaway winner's products, which made me look bad as well. Not just what I want to represent or stand behind. Now, I'm not going to completely say to all the energy drink companies out there, hey, you know what you should do? You should do some recruiting. Just Gabs. You know, it sounds like, let's see, a Disney and Harry Potter fan, a Slytherin, a Swiftie, an Office show enthusiast, a Jeep enthusiast. You know what? She seems nice. She seems like she knows what she wants. She's clearly marketable. Might want to look into some things. Oh, and by the way, if your partner manager is a dick, which that's been a big trend lately,
So the original reason why I bring up the topic for the podcast, because it is related to an energy supplement company, F3, regardless it being about cookies and them coming squished and mold, etc., is that the main point of the topic is that it is important about how you as an individual, if you are a partner or an affiliate, represent a brand. It is also just as important for a brand to represent their affiliates and partners and vice versa in both images that they are putting out. Again, F3 has not put out any official statements on this, and that there has been no more clarifications on it. Many more are leaving, partners and affiliates from this company. In my personal opinion, I think F3 is just like kick.com hype train. But regardless of the point, remember how you present yourself. Images matter. You are representing a company, and the company is also representing you. So F3 themselves did not make an official statement, but the CEO, now that I'm actually looking at this, the CEO did take to the post and make a reply. Harrison Rogers is the CEO of F3. Harrison Rogers, if you ever want to come on the Caffeinated podcast sometime, let's talk this out.
So F3
replied,
made a statement, or
no, he did. The CEO himself on his own Twitter. He made a reply
and
to that
what's his
post.
name again?
Harrison J. Rogers. He replied to the original cookie post. Again, this isn't really about the cookies. It's more than that. This is terrible. Cookies have been removed from all channels until we can identify where all spoilage occurred. Your refund request has been issued, but we know refund is not what will remedy this experience that has happened under our image. All cookies removed until all answers are found. No excuses.
We shall find out. Although, there's a lot of things I'd want to ask the man personally. Like, for instance, why would he think that turmeric was a good antioxidant for a drink? I understand if you want to put it in like a cookie or, another, like a food product, but in a drink, dude, think about that. You're putting turmeric in a drink and thinking that a peach or something is going to hide the taste.
Taste is one thing, but it can have its benefits. And again, the official F3 Twitter has not made any statements on it. So we will see as this development folds more and more, because it does have a deep rabbit hole, but it just goes to show that there has been a reoccurring theme with companies, partners, affiliates, and management, and how it goes both ways. It's funny because the reply with Gabs was a perfect example. They had left G Fuel because of bad partnership management, and they've also left F3 because of the same debacle going on and how they treat others. So, use this as a good topic. It's not about the cookies; it's about the management.
It's bad product or not. Do we review bad products, good and bad? Yes. And if we think that they're bad, we have to explain our best ways as of why. Is it taste bad? Is the formula bad? All this stuff, right? But if the management is bad, we're calling that out too. Like one of our regulars wanted us to talk in depth about one of the owners of Redcon 1, even though he barely knew anything. But if he's going to be in some sort of tax fraud or some sort of crazy debacle, then, I don't think it's justified. It sucks that we got to talk about it, if that would be the case. But, some of it can be exciting, but at the same time, we hate the icky jobs, right?
Yeah, just more and more going down this rabbit hole. We'll see if any more occurs, but the fact that you're already having affiliates and partners wanting to leave your brand and end contracts because of this, and they are still a early on company, says a lot. That is damaging.
I wonder if Ben Verlander is still with them. That'd be an interesting one.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because I know that he was that was actually the first guy I saw with F3 was Ben Verlander. Let me check his link tree, maybe. Nope, nothing there. Maybe he'd take, maybe there's an Instagram post. Doesn't look it. Yep, nothing. Nothing I can see. Nothing to make anything conclusive, at least. But, yeah.
Mr. Early, which one would you like to try first?
You know, why don't we get this grapefruit out of the way?
You want to get the grapefruit out of the way?
Maybe out of the way is a bad... Maybe it's... I'm not sure if it's a bad way of saying it, but...
So, fun fact, the new Monster Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red, the flavor, this is a fun fact that I learned, and I will also educate the audience. You know what flavor it technically is?
Grapefruit.
Yes, but no, but yes. So if you were to just do a straight Google search, they say it is a fresh pink pamplemousse. Or pamplemousse.
Fucking what?
I'm not kidding. What flavor is Fantasy Ruby Red? Fresh pink pamplemousse, however you say it. Which
Pamplemousse?
However the hell you pronounce this truly, but when you Google what the heck pamplemousse is, do you know what it comes up with?
What?
Grapefruit. Just a fancy name for a grapefruit. The more you know, it is French, apparently. Pomelo, a large citrus fruit known as the pamplemousse in French, spoken in France, grapefruit.
You want to know what was actually funny? The first thing that actually kind of thought to my head was French Canadian. And I'm like, and I was going to go like, hey there, guy, was this something from Saskatchewan?
And like in another fun way of even like connecting the two, have you ever heard of the brand LaCroix?
Oh, I have, yes.
That's why LaCroix has LaCroix Pamplemousse, which is grapefruit sparkling water. The more you know. So, nonetheless, we won't go over the entire formula like we do for a lot of stuff because we've tried so many Ultra Monsters on the podcast, but same typical formula as the Ultra lines, new flavor. It is Monster Grapefruit.
So if you're wondering about caffeine on this one, it's 150 milligrams of caffeine. If we're going by taurine, doesn't say how much on here actually.
Same great formula.
Yeah, wouldn't say it's great, but I mean it's the sugar-free, not the regular.
Yeah. Are you ready for this?
I am.
We've looked forever for this, and it's finally out.
And I'm not a grapefruit guy either, so...
When's the last time we truly reviewed Monster on this podcast? What was the last flavor?
I don't even think
Strawberry
I did
Dream.
on the show. Was it Strawberry Dreams?
Strawberry Dreams.
Was it one of the reserves, maybe?
No, well, the last one I can remember was Strawberry Dreams.
I'm not sure if we did the reserves on the show or not, or maybe that was just me.
It may have been
By the
just
way, I found the Strawberry Reserve at my Dollar Tree when I was giving somebody a birthday card.
Oh.
And they had cases and cases of them. They were one by one on the shelf, but if you wanted to go in with a reusable bag and just fill it up, whoo boy, you scored. Scored, Teach. Which, by the way, my local BJ's today. 24 case of Juneberry, the summer edition. Again, it's wintertime, old label. Now it's the sea blue. I got for $24.98. Plus tax and can deposit.
Not
W. Bad. Well, think about it. Just over $1 a piece for them. You kidding me? Can't beat it.
Without further ado, So many people want
Cheers.
grapefruit flavors. We have another grapefruit to add to the market.
We'll talk about
Milk.
something else I thought was grapefruit shortly. But in the meantime, let's have this. I mean, I don't like pink grapefruit, but I guess I like the orange grapefruit, maybe?
Is there different kinds of grapefruit?
Yes.
Oh, I just thought grapefruit was grapefruit. The more teach knows.
Well, for example, the grapefruit from, I guess the only thing I could compare it to is the Arctic Howl and the G Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Those grapefruits taste different. Like, you know how they say there's two different cotton candies? There's a blue cotton candy, there's a pink cotton candy. Grapefruit, there's like an orange and there's like a pink. I gotta admit, though, I do not like pink grapefruit, and I find it refreshing.
I'm actually a big fan of this flavor. I think they did grapefruit well. I have to admit. The flavor-wise, it tastes very good. It's very light. It's refreshing.
And it's not bitter.
No. It's sweet. It's very sweet. Now, before I get into ratings or anything more, here's what I find interesting. And I wonder if you had the same thought pop into your head. Really, what do you think the Monster Ultra White Zero flavor is?
It's like a white cherry citrus.
You think so? Because after having this, I feel like there's grapefruit in there. I feel like after having this, I feel like the Ultra White is like citrus grapefruit.
So, remember when we talked about that and you said absolutely fucking not, it's white cherry? Do you remember that conversation?
It sounds like something I would say.
Do we gotta play back the tape?
Because if you look
said
it up, it says it's just a light, refreshing citrus lemon, which is interesting to me.
Bullshit.
That's what if you look it up on Monster's website. That's what they say the flavor is.
Remember I said I thought they changed the formula. The originally was white cherry, now it's something else. So you know what I've actually wanted to try, for the hell of it. By the way, also, you have a GNC by you now, right?
Yeah, like literally right down the road now.
So do you know Gorilla Mind is actually now at GNC?
Did not know that.
It just happened recently, like a week ago.
Oh, that's nice.
So I just kind of thought about this. Number one, you got to dig into some. One. And number two, we got to try the White Monster, the White Rockstar, and the White Gorilla Mind side by side by side.
I like this. Now, I personally give this a very strong 7.75 out of 10. Podcast. You're fine.
I'm going to say this is the bottom of 4-star.
Bottom 4-star. Surprise appearance.
I mean, she could guess whenever she wants, let's be honest.
I'm a big fan of it. I would actually this is one I could go back to.
So, mind you, I can't eat the fruit, but I could drink this. I'm surprised. But I'm going to say this is 4-star. Now, some people say high end, low end. This is the low end. But I debate if it was in the 3s. No. I'm going to put that 4-star and label it from there. But, to say the least, I'm happy to move on to this.
I was also very pleasantly surprised with Monster. They did well. But, I will admit, I'm a little bit more enticed to try this. You know how much I like Reigns and how much I drink Reigns.
How much do you actually?
If there's ever like a day where I'm in a rush and I forget a shaker or something, I always go for like the orange creamsicle or a rainbow sherbet rain. Like that, it's like my go-to.
The tub's at home. Ah!
If I can't grab a Rise, it's a rain.
Glitch, Rise, Rain. Like I said, if you pick a good Gorilla Mind and you actually like it, I think it'll actually change your mind.
We'll have to see.
Because I've tried the candy strawberry. I'm sorry, the sour watermelon, the candy strawberry, the orange, the Arctic white. The Arctic white is gonna be our white monster equivalent. But
Now,
how about we say we move on to this guy?
the flavor of the new rain is just sour gummy worms. So at base value, what's the taste of a gummy worm when they're all different flavored and different melodies?
But the problem is, I've heard some people say it's blue. I've heard some people say it's raspberry grape. I've heard somebody say it's too sour. Some people say not enough. I don't think we've had enough criticism or critique. I think it's just been more bullshit input.
I have a lot to say on this flavor because it smells and tastes a certain way to me.
Okay,
Right?
so
Right?
I smell candy. I smell candy. That's a good sign.
You know what I smell? Before you even sip it, you know what I straight up smell? And like, whenever I say this to anybody thus far, like, it's an instant click for everybody. This takes me
What do you
back
got?
as a nostalgia trip to, were you ever a kid? Of course, but you remember as a kid, like, if you ever at a New Year's party and all the adults were drinking wine, but they gave you as like the 10 and under kids, like Welch's white grape juice? Sparkling Welch's white grape juice. Right?
It's not as strong as grape juice, but
It reminds me so much of that smell.
yes. I'm glad you pointed that out. Book nest. All right. So, what do you think?
What?
Let's give this a whirl.
Dude.
Cheers, brother.
Ooh.
Okay, so I don't get the sour. So what's that bullshit?
There's no true like rough sour to it. To me, it's more like sweet on the up front and then more tart on the back end.
I get candy on the front, tart at the end.
And would you think it's more white peach or white grape?
So
white grape
I'm
peach.
getting
Because to me, I get a lot of like of a white grape flavor. Yeah, there's definitely no sour to this.
so there's no sour into this.
Yeah, it's, if anything, it's a light tart on the back end.
If you want to count it as the sour as like the little sugar on that like Sour Patch Kids, then fine. Poor bullshit excuse if you ask me. Though me personally, I taste like white grape and maybe like a slight raspberry.
You really get a raspberry?
It's just ever so faint, maybe.
I mostly get a white grape. And I feel like I get like a white peach.
Yeah, I get white grape. It's reminded me of, you know how Walmart has that sparkling water? It's like the flavored sparkling water and it's carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
That and the white grape was my favorite.
Here's a stupid, silly thought. It almost now like, what if it was a white grape and regular grape?
I don't get an earthy tone.
I don't think you have to have an earthy tone for a good grape.
Well, last time I tried a grape on this show, it ended up going down my sink.
So, really, you and I are going back and forth about this debacle on what we think it is. Do you know what Rain says officially as their statement of what the flavor tastes like on their website?
Haven't even given it a look.
Rainbodyfuel.com. Sour gummy worm. A sweet and sour fusion of strawberry and grape that evokes the nostalgia of red and blue gummy worm. I'm gonna be
Strawberry and grape?
I'm gonna be real with you. I definitely get a grape here. I hardly get any strawberry, but I'm a big fan of this flavor.
Wait a minute. What if it's sour strawberry, where it's not really sour, that's the sweetness, and it combines it with the grape? However, I think I would rather have, if I had to go in between it, I think I'd rather carbonate it and put in glitch nerdies and have that over this.
I'm not getting any of the strawberry.
To say the least, I'm gonna put this in as like a 4. I'm gonna put this as 4 stars again. However, if I were to have glitch nerdies, I remember that being like a 4.5, 4.5 out of 5, borderline in debating if it was 5 stars or not.
Now I almost want to get a soda stream and test that out. I give it an easy 8 out of 10. I really
Or
like this.
you do realize that you can just, instead of having a soda stream, there's a different way of going about it, right?
Putting a CO. No, I'm kidding.
Easy there, Breaking Bad. You got a gas station by you, I assume. Pick up a bottle of friggin' seltzer.
I don't know. What do you mean by a bottle of seltzer? Just carbonated water?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know they make plain seltzer, right? No flavored. It's basically club soda. Some people actually do just drink regular carbonated water.
I can't say I've ever had. Just drink it straight like that.
I don't drink straight seltzer without flavor, mind you. But they do make plain seltzer.
Most things I've had in any recent past 5 years that are seltzers or hard seltzers, I've never been a fan of.
So yes, regular seltzer, pour the amount desired, and well, you've seen me pop shakers on stream. If I were you, instead of shaking, swirl it. Or if you want, go in your kitchen,
glass and give it a little swirl, you know.
Or perhaps you could, stir it with a spoon before you put the cap on.
He's spitting. I'm gonna let you spit.
I'm just saying, after popping the shaker, I've had to choose my weapons wisely. You remember when I popped it and broke my shaker in front of Johnny Price, so the pain.
Shout out to JP, the first caffeinated alumni.
Yes. But if anyone remembers, I think I was mixing Sprite with Shiny Splash. Good time.
I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, I still got it on my shelf.
What?
How can you not?
The aftermath or the shaker?
The shaker. Not the aftermath, thank God. That spilled on me and my carpet. And that got cleaned up. I'm not nasty. I'm not a fucking farm animal over here.
Wait, you're in carpet? Well, okay, look, I've always just had the very weird thought that your room would be hardwood.
There is, except there's a rug over it.
Like science.
So right now it's primarily rug. It's like there's like a slanted 2 by 3 foot section in the doorway, and then it goes to hardwood or some sort of laminate. Yeah.
Now, we will save this review for next week because I have a bunch of samples going out for Relly, and I want to do it with him. I've had plenty to do it. But next week, we'll go over the new Glitch Smart Hearts, which is technically vaulted. It was a limited time Valentine's Day flavor. They brought it back last year, or from last year. I'll give you a hint what Smart Hearts taste like.
So, and it tastes nothing like G Fuel Brain Matter.
Not to me.
I'm gonna have to compare that.
I'm mostly excited for you to also try Berry Plume.
You mentioned that.
Yes. Good luck.
Also, I might be having to work out a trade with Recon sometime.
Or what?
Some stuff that she'd like to try.
I got a caller in here right now.
Let's see. Let's see. I mean, at the end of the day, pay no attention. I'm just a follower of her Twitch streams. That's all. But I know she's been trying to review this for some time.
I have that.
I know. I was telling her to try. I want both of you to try this.
We will. I got both. We'll try. We'll try your little mix.
Well, yeah, she kept saying, she goes, I don't have crack sauce. I was so down that I didn't get to try it, and I'm like,
oh, if anything, she could get away with saying she doesn't have it. We have it.
well, you see, I mean, I don't want to be, but I don't want to, like, see how that goes. Like, I don't know how all that goes. Like, I mean, for me, I'm always got like the mentality of, hey, I'm eating, you're eating. If it's on the shelf, go ahead and grab some. Like, that's how I am. It's just, she's just kind of like, I don't have crack sauce, and I'm like, I didn't want to say. Oh my god, this is so awkward now. I didn't want to say just take it off of his fucking shelf, because I don't want to be that guy. But at the same time, I thought a question or so wouldn't ask.
Now, on that same two last parts of that subject on that company. One, let me double check.
By the way, I was actually very surprised when I was going through Stacked last night, and it was actually the first thing on the news feed.
Yes. So a couple of things to go over on that same company thing. Happy President's Day. Apparently today's President's Day, and because it's President's Day, Glitch is doing 30% off the entire website. And speaking of that, I have it shipped and it's on the way. But really, I want to find the clip, and I sincerely want to go back and find our old clip to it and even compare it to the new one. But they brought back a flavor that Relly and I fell in love with Glitch, and I still remember our reaction to it. And they brought back Blood Orange, not Screamsicle, which was Blood Orange Creamsicle, just straight Blood Orange with the new Z-Toxin flavor.
Yes. Also, by the way, I know that one of, I think it was Cricket who wanted to scrounge the rest of this up. Someone from Recon Stream. To say the least, though, I'm completely enjoying this. But to say the least, I would work at trade.
To that extent, you can save 30% on the new Blood Orange. When that comes in my way, I'm definitely sending out Relly a sample. I want to compare our reactions from the V1 to the current formula. On top of that, Relly, you know that sometime this year, we will be receiving Teach Iced Tea.
You said we?
I mean, we as in the audience, myself, the world, will be getting Teach Iced Tea. We'll be getting Glitch Teach Iced Tea.
Sometime within a year span, yeah.
Sometime we will get it, yes. It will actually happen. But I say that as a follow-up because Glitch is now doing a flavor challenge. That is more than just partners, affiliates, and influencers. It's open to the public. One lucky person will have a chance to have their own flavor made. And you don't have to be affiliated, partnered, or anything with Glitch. You could have a flavor made by them and not even be affiliated, partnered, or any of it. It's open to the public. You could have Rellyberry.
To say the least, I think, I responded to, have I thought about it? Yes. But at the same time, as one man once said, who's technically a fictional character by the name of Carisi, Your Honor, my office is satisfied. Meaning, I'm not going to lie to you. If nothing happens, you could say this is my consolation prize.
If I saw your
and I got it. And I gotta say though, so I was in Recon Stream last night before I shut everything down, and oh my god, I almost fell asleep in my chair, bro. But when I was hearing Recon describe Electric Surge, lemon lime strawberry, I'm like, oh my god, I'm for it. And me and you never got to try the Glitch Proline lime.
That's also true.
So at the time, everybody, now of course, this was before Teach was partnered, but I wanted to surprise him for Christmas, and this was even before the sale because I wanted to use his code too, make sure he got the credit for it. But I'm like, if I could give Teach 2 tubs, what can it be? So it ended up being Vixen Lemonade and was it Aim Assist?
It was Aim Assist.
It was OG Aim Assist, yeah. So one thing I actually thought about was the lime, except I was waiting on my check to come in. What happened in that time span? Gone. So we never got to try the lime. Although I was researching, I found out why the Glitch Proline had its awkward taste. And I found out why that Glitch Eye has that awkward taste. Because Dynamine is, by description, actually very bitter.
I could see it.
That's what it was. It was just a theory, but I was researching it because
A game
somebody
theory?
said, "Oh, I was researching Dynamine." Yes, and it actually says it naturally has a very bitter taste to it, and that's when I'm like, "Wait a minute, how did Dragon Sweat become sweet and then, an abomination?"
I remember that one. I remember the clip to this day.
Yeah, fucking bullshit is what happened. I'm sorry. But I could speak my mind about it. And if you remember, we were talking to Last Saying, I actually mentioned this to Recon last night. Do you remember the OG Rocket Pop?
I don't remember the original taste, but I do remember it.
I remember the OG. Me and Last Saying talked about it. I gotta say, though, I have no idea what they did to improve it. Like, I have no idea if they took notes from the original or not. But I'm actually glad that this one has all three flavors, because the other one did not. The other one was good, but not great. This one's great. And I gotta give credit, because I have no idea if Juju's going out of business or not. It looks like it's being on the back burner, and that means my Bomber Pop is gone forever. And if that's the case, that means...
And your Great Popsicle.
The good Great Popsicle and the best blue... So that means the best Blue Raz, the best Great Popsicle, and the best Bomber Pop powder, in my mind, are off the freaking market for good. If that's going to be the case.
Also, just seeing this, looking at the Caffeinated Twitter, which you aren't already, follow the Caffeinated Twitter. Apparently, Advanced GG is also doing a President's Day sale on select jars and shakers with 30% off.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, things are going to be slow until next month if you go by as far as the economy.
Apparently, Sneak is opening up the vault. Sneak Energy, Sneak Vault, we're opening up every limited, delisted, or region-locked flavor from the Sneak Vault to a public vote. The winning 2 flavors will be made permanent across every region later this year. Interesting.
I find that very interesting. So, Legacy 2.0. Oh, so... The one thing that got me, so there's a blood orange in one of them, but they have one of them that's cherry vanilla. Also, there's been talk about some people wondering that their cherry bomb doesn't take the same. They say it tastes like medicine now.
What?
Yes.
Whose?
Sneak.
Their cherry flavor?
They said that the new cherry bomb that they're getting, kind of like, remember when Shock came out and said, my tub doesn't taste the same as as it did?
Pause. Sneak has a flavor called cherry bomb too?
Yes. I believe so.
What? No
I
way.
know.
No way.
So they said. So from what I'm getting from the sneak community, their cherry bomb flavor that they're buying from the website now tastes more medicine than the original,
I'll be damned. He's
and
right.
that's upsetting.
I'll be
That's
damned.
very upsetting, dude. Listen, Sneak, if you wanna blow smoke up everybody's ass with
Vibrators. I mean, electronic
That-
mixers.
damn it, I wasn't trying to go there. But I assume it was implied. If you want to employ it for things that are not safe for work and something, let's just put it to you this way. I hope some, excuse my language, excuse my French, and excuse my English. I hope some dumb, stupid fuck doesn't bring that to work and have that going on his desk. I pray to God that that is not the case. I really don't. But if you are, you deserve to not be working because you're an absolute, you're a hybrid. You're 50% idiot and 50% moron, and that's me being kind. But furthermore, you want to do that bullshit, that's fine. You get a good laugh at it. When you start fucking up the product and you keep doing other things to mess everything up, that's another thing. Stop it with the 15 servings, stop changing the flavor, and get your head out of your ass. Because the fact that you're caring about Temu items more than your actual customers, that's a problem. And I have been very harsh on Sneak after they got rid of their whole affiliate program and then a couple months later said, we're bringing it back, but for UK residents only. And I'm like, okay, so what are we doing?
Some other slight news, and
They're having an identity crisis, and I don't like it. I gave samples out for the Sneak Shake to Plugs Derpy and Plug Sassy and all that, and you better try those before they go bad, by the way.
Are they really worth it?
Yes.
Okay.
12 ounces of Milk of Desire. Yes. I've been waiting for you to try that for months. Check to see if the powder's still good. Worst case, I'll send them back out.
You really want me to try them?
Been wanting you to try them for months.
God damn it! I was hoping you didn't really want me to try them that bad. In other news,
No, dude. To say before we get onto that other news, the vanilla you're gonna say is mid, but that is our control. I need you to try the raspberry creamsicle, and you're gonna compare it to the only thing you're gonna think it's comparable to is the Summit 1G, which is fair. I prefer the Summit 1G in water and milk. I lean towards the Sneak, and the caramel. Well, it's the only thing that's related to a coffee in the energy drink world. It's for science, teach. Science.
for science.
You're
I
like
guess
totally bumming my house up and bringing me down. Sly Cooper quote.
it's our bad for not staying up to the fullest date on companies, but apparently Rogue is just now getting into Tallboy shakers, which seems a little late to the game, but apparently they're out this Friday if you want a Rogue Tallboy shaker.
They've been out for a while.
Have they?
Yes.
Huh.
I have a Rogue Tall Boy shaker. It was
It's their new 25 ounce they're putting out, so either they're just talking new editions, but the way I read that,
new
it sounds more like,
colorway.
it
new
sounds like they're
colorway.
saying new 25.
No, absolutely not. I have one somewhere. I think it's like the Sexy GG shakers maybe the Hang Time shaker is there, but I have somewhere a Tall Boy shaker. They've been making the Tall Boys for quite some time.
Also, in other news, maybe you know about this more than I do, but I saw this recently and was a little confused. I haven't fully looked into it. Did Roman part ways with G Fuel?
So that's the one thing I don't understand. So I know that there's been a count of how many days Roman's been sober for alcohol and caffeine. But
Because
I don't
they're
know how
redoing
that'll
Bahama Mama, but with the Bill and Ted collab. So
yes, and they're saying that And they're saying it's a Bahama Mama reskin, and they still got Bahama Mama on the website. So is he getting royalties off that, and they're just letting it ride? I do not understand. Did
Are
they
they
buy the rights
smiling?
off?
Are they
Did they buy
smiling
his
less?
rights off him?
I just want to know, are they smiling less? Maybe his whole thing that if he's done with caffeine, he's out, and they put it into a new, collab. I
I
just
mean,
saw
even
that and
if it
thought it
was
was
just,
interesting.
so did I, and I thought there'd be like a caffeine free or something. There hasn't
You
been.
know, I'm kind of surprised that's one they never did make into a hydration.
I mean, if he quit caffeine, make him a hydration and design it with him. Why not? Is it just one of those things where it's like W, where it's like you don't have to drink it, you could just have a code? Food for thought.
Funny, because I'm just looking through companies now and everything on our caffeinated Twitter. It's even funny to watch G Fuel do a limited restock of the A Drive Shiny Splash Hydration with the old collector box.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there.
I remember when that actually used to have a secondary market.
Yeah. But I mean, again, right? The problem is, so there's the first wave, and I feel like there's like the first month of like being a affiliate or being an influencer for G Fuel. And if you miss that other month, like there's some people that are still waiting for their application to be reviewed. And at that point, it's like, don't leave people in limbo. You could just say no. Like, I'm sorry, but if you know how there's the old, if you don't hear back from a job from in 2 weeks, you assume you don't have the job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happens if they get back to you like a month later and they go, okay, sorry? You gotta move on. The fact that it's like still in review. If you get a still in review, or if you're left on read or something, it sucks. It's unprofessional. Now, granted, I understand if, you can even say the same thing with the corporate world. Saying like, oh yeah, by the way, you should at least call them and say that, we're no longer interested or so. I wish there'd be more of that being accepted. But,
It is what it is.
More bullshit, I know. Still though, it's not like that a lot of these people actually say, hey, I'm leaving. It's just the more of the, this is what it is now, and hey, I'm here. Although the Advanced GG, it's amazing how fast that they sell out. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out who's buying all this Advanced GG. Because I understand the size of companies. I have no idea who they're selling for or who they're selling to. But I mean, I don't know who the partner manager that's making all these people unhappy and forcing them to leave, but shout out to Poison, the Advanced GG social media manager, one of them. He holds it down. He's a good guy.
It is funny though. We have seen more and more people leaving from different companies and going to others. Advance is also one of them, and a lot of the Advance people are going over to Gamer Subs.
I'm starting to wonder how much promo money that. I mean, I'm wondering how much Gamer Subs like has left, because there's got to be a lot of. There's a high demand for it now, and it's funny, right? Because somebody told me this, and this was. I used to work at a Taco Bell, man, and from what the general manager told me, and he goes, listen, man, I've been in these fast food chains all my life. You can call me professional SpongeBob, all right? There's one thing I learned from here. Is the food gonna be the best anywhere you go? No. But at the end of the day, if you could provide somebody with good service, they take that into account. If you get the food right, if you say if there's anything I could do for you, little ice, no ice, small things like that, they'll appreciate you. And that was from my dude Charlie. So when it comes down to gamer subs, right? Now again, we've only talked to Chad a little bit, but everybody from Gamer Sub seems nice on that account. Is it the best product out there? Of course, it's not the best product out there, but are they all nice? So far, so good. I got no quarrel with any of them. Speaks volumes, huh, Teach?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just like, it's nice to talk to somebody who gives a shit about me.
I'm just saying, if their partner managers actually are giving shits about their partners, I can respect them on that.
I mean, like I said, I've only talked to one of them and have talked to, now mind you, it wasn't privately, it was publicly, and he's just kind of like, yeah, I'm here, ask away. I'm here for the beer kind of thing.
And we do know a good couple GG partners and have talked about their experience live in the podcast before, so with said manager. But it does go to show partners are living other companies, and that's why we went over the whole, as I will call it, cookie debacle. Because the main point there wasn't about the cookies. It's more about how a company handles relations and how partners/affiliates handle their public selves representing a brand.
And even though I haven't talked to her personally, I've just been a part of her streams and the streams that she's been part in. But Dana from Glitch, she's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, again, you would know more than I do, but I do respect her. I'm not sure how many partner managers there are with Glitch and everything else, but she's the only one I know about, and she's cool.
Well, Dana's not a partnership manager.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Ah.
No, she's social media.
Social media manager, sorry. A job for the brand, gotcha. But still, I respect it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Riley, any other topics for the evening?
I'm trying to think. I thought I had something, but
I mean, we're only 2 minutes under, but it's still basically an hour conversation. Everything going on.
Yeah. Although I did not expect for F3 to be on this list, and I'm glad that you and Recon brought to my attention.
I mean, we've only tried their hydration cans, which, to be fair, were absolutely atrocious. We have not tried their energy, but their hydration was terrible.
Okay, so Bri, if you want to bring up Prime outselling Gatorade at Walmart, I'm sorry, but you could put that on Logan LeDouche. Again, right? Gatorade's been a while, and Prime is a hype brand. I'm sorry. And Gatorade doesn't really have a sullen energy like Prime does. And I hate to say it, but Logan and KSI are trying to say any Prime labeled anything for anyone from 12 to 18 to buy. They're from the same company that does Alani. They're trying to sell in more stores. It just is what it is. And that's all I'm going to say. Teach, any thought about that?
Honestly, kind of not surprised. While I do like Gatorade and their energy form of Gatorade wasn't bad, it was good. Hype or not, I think.
Maybe your mic's not on.
I think I'd hate to say it, but I think I'd rather actually, if we're talking hydration wise, I'd rather drink Prime. I think it tastes better. energy wise, I'm not a big fan of Prime Energy.
If we had to go either, I mean, I'm going Gatorade for both, honestly. So this is just me, Teach, but when I have a fast twitch and I'm drinking it gradually and I'm hydrated and I got my caffeine and I work like a Energizer bunny, like I wish I could buy in cases, but there's just so much I gotta go through. There's so much powder. I still got the Rockstar cans I'm going through. I still got like half of it left. And after that diminishes, it's gonna be sweet. I will say though, it's better to drink it than to take the supplement of Lion's Mane. But I just like the formula better with Gatorade. I work with what works. Have I tried both parts of Prime? Have I tried every single flavor of both? Yes, but at the end of the day, I still choose the Gatorade formulas.
See, for me, it is much like for me personally, I have to go searching out of my way, and this can depend per location and per where it's sold. I have to go looking out of my way with Gatorade to find Gatorade Zero. Rather, with if I see a Prime,
Really?
to the extent like if you see a typical Gatorade being sold, it's regular Gatorade, and Gatorade has sugar. Primes don't have sugar. That is the one thing. Not
Well,
every
they
place.
do, but significantly less.
I thought Prime was no sugar.
It's less sugar.
I swore they had no sugar.
The cans are no sugar.
Does hydration have sugar?
Yes. I remember Logan Paul was trying to
No.
do like let's compare regular Gatorade to Prime. It's like they have Gatorade Zero, you fucking jerk off. Let's compare apples to apples, so help me God.
Okay, so it is 0 added sugar, and they have 1 gram of sugar to the hydrations. 1 gram of sugar compared to regular Gatorade, which is what, if I remember correctly, 44 grams of sugar. It's like 30, 40 grams of sugar.
I think it's like 30-ish.
Yeah, 36 grams of sugar in a Gatorade. So to me, in general, it is easier to go for a Prime rather than like not every place out there sells Gatorade Zero. I try to stick away from sugar, so on that aspect, I would have to go Prime. If we're talking the energy, I have to go to Fast Switch because I don't really care for the Prime's taste when it comes to their energy.
I mean, let's see. When it comes to the energy, the blue sucks. The orange is just okay. The lemon lime is good. The red's okay. The ice pop's okay. Although personally, it's actually kind of funny because I remember a guy was looking at an energy drink fridge and I was looking at some of the comments. It's like there's so many times where I say somebody should worry about their strengths and not their weaknesses. Like if we had to go by bold takes, I think G Fuel should just stop everything fucking can related and stick to powder. Which I actually tried this, Teach. I tried this over the weekend. And now granted, I think you've tried more stuff than I have personally, but I think I've tried enough to compare and to get by. I think that a 12-ounce zero sugar Red Bull works better than a 300 milligram can of G Fuel. And it simply goes by the ingredients. Like, for instance, there's some people that want to go by... Like, there's actually one thing I noticed about the Glitch Revive. Did you know there's taurine in this?
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
Some people don't... Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's 1,000 milligrams of taurine in this per scoop.
Mm-hmm.
For some people that works, for some people it does not. But when it comes to G Fuel, when you look at the can, yeah, it's 300 milligrams of caffeine, but what else does it have in it? It's caffeine, and everything else is underdosed.
I'm not even comparing this to Glitch exactly, but I will just say if you're going off that aspect, my only comments on the sort, not even cans related, but has been some of my favorite things to see in the past 2 months for certain reasons is certain people that were diehard G Fuel people trying out other brands thanks to the podcast and seeing that, hey, formula does matter. It's not just the caffeine. And seeing some other people try other brands and be like, I actually like this more, even though I was always drawn to G Fuel for so long. That's been like my main point of the podcast for so long. It's be like, hey, there's other products out there. Try other stuff. It's not just G Fuel. And you'll probably have a better experience because, yes, as you were saying, Relly, and as I've also preached, formula matters.
So, for instance, do I think that there's certain types of vitamins, if we were to go by percentage-wise, like daily value or dosage, do I think that some of them could get out of line? Yeah. But for instance, right, here's a G Fuel can, blue ice, 300 milligrams of caffeine, vitamin C, 50%, niacin, 25%, B6, 25%, B12, 25%. I don't see the taurine on the label. I'll have to look at the label to actually see if there's any in here. Let's see. L-theanine, okay. Citric acid, natural flavor, potassium. Green coffee bean extract, green tea extract, turmeric extract, tart cherry, blueberry, broccoli, kale. Surprised those are in there. I don't see taurine on this label. Which, if nobody's wondering what I'm referring to here, taurine actually helps you get it going. It's part of an energy formula, I think. The B vitamins, they help you. They do. Like if you look at the rain can, which I think is another comparison here. Same amount of caffeine. Damn, I can't tip this over too much. 200 milligrams of caffeine. I mean, the pre-workout ingredients are there. So we got, let's see, B6, 120. Niacin, 130. B12, 250. That's percentages, by the way.
No taurine.
Really?
Yep.
So is it the B vitamins that make this get you going, but the G Fuel can does not? Is that possible? I mean, it sounds logical, but still.
Could also always come down to the quality.
That's very true, but still. I've always liked the 140 G Fuel cans better. But I always just I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. I understand the marketing ability, right? But then they stop dead in their tracks. And now the hype around the cans has stopped. And now there's more and more brands making cans. So, are you going to pull the plug on these finally and continue your roots? Or what are we doing?
I think they're so deep in that market, they keep going.
But there's no new releases unless a brand new multi-billion-dollar movie comes out.
What was the last new can they released?
Trying to think.
Openly to the public. Not just like a, hey, here's Mango Explosion that had like a very limited run and never came to public. Never came to the mass market.
Was it the Spider-Man can? Was it that coconut strawberry guava?
It's the last one I can fully remember.
Because we've had some collabs, some GNC collabs, but Compound V was way sooner than that. Divine Peach isn't around anymore, or won't be around anymore if the last ones that have gone off the shelf.
You had the 3 Halloween flavors.
Oh, that's right. But again, big ass collabs. It's Halloween theme. And since then, what have they got? Since Halloween, what have they got?
I don't think it's been anything else.
November, December, January, February.
I haven't visited this website in forever.
Really? Not even for
Well,
science?
not even for science, but it's still interesting to see them have Moist Critical's flavor up on here, even if it's not available for purchase. It's still interesting to see.
I don't know why I keep forgetting about the Halloween cans, because I've been asked about this forever. But even like the cans, right? Watch, is it going to say at available? Yep. Ice Shatter, not available. Raging Gummy Fish can, the Divorce can, I always call it. I mean, there's nothing new coming up. I mean, this stuff that we've been seeing for a long time. I mean, nothing new's coming outside those Halloween cans, and what now? They find himself all in limbo again?
Who knows? They may just not have any big collabs.
So that was one thing I was actually gonna think about, Boognast, is so we got the reskin of Bahama Mama official, and they're actually naming that as the flavor. What's the flavor? Bahama Mama. Now it's Bill and Ted. Not sure what the series is, but whatever. I respect it. Good for them. The only thing that kind of gets me is since it's been advertised so much with like the actual collector's box, if they were going to have a Bahama Mama reskin can, which is a good can, by the way. I don't know why everybody thought it was bad. Maybe it's because they didn't like the coconut and the powder, but the can was good.
So
I just think that if it was going to be in a can, we would have seen an advertise for it by now.
I don't remember the exact timing of release, but otherwise, other than the 3 Halloween flavors, it was either right before or right after you also had the finally released shiny splash cans. But I don't recall if that was a little before or a little after.
And it's also weird because then afterwards you could never find them again. It was like a splash release. A splash and release.
Yeah, because G Fuel's website was always terrible for cans, and they shipped a vast majority of it to Amazon.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too, Boognast. Especially with Reeves very early in his career, well, especially in comparison to now. I mean, he looks so young. I mean, Reeves is one of the people's champs out there, and you know, well, most of us are all for it if he's involved. But really, I think the G Fuel can game started to go downhill after FaZe left. And another thing. Another thing. I am still trying to find that Ghost Phase Up. The 7-Up Mountain Dew can. Oh, it's there at your 7-Elevens. It's an exclusive. I've checked both of mine. I've checked 3 of them. And I'm not sure if one's in another town or if it's the border of town. I'm just going to label that as New Fairfield. So, okay. I've checked the 7-Elevens in 3 towns, and I've got Ungats.
I'll have to check my GNC.
For?
See if they have it.
For a 7-Eleven exclusive?
They say it's a 7-Eleven exclusive, but I wouldn't be surprised if GNC had it because I know they sell a lot of Ghost. Nonetheless, we're rambling. We had some interesting stuff later on. That is a good point in time to end episode 105.
What is the... Okay, so the Phase Up, it looks like... This is just to answer Boognast. It looks like it's citrus reskin, but it's not. It's got the lemon and lime logo, but it's got the FaZe logo over it. So apparently it's supposed to taste like a Mountain Dew. That's what everybody is saying. But I said the same thing about when the Gorilla Mine came out at the yellow can. Did I think that tasted a little bit like Diet Mountain Dew? Yes. But, it's weird because it's so hard because you know how it tastes like Mountain Dew, but the aftertaste isn't Mountain Dew? It's something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it always goes crazy. So I'm wondering, I'm trying to picture in my head Mountain Dew with Ghost's signature aftertaste. Trying to see if that's a good fit or not. Because right now I just don't see it. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I think that wraps up everything, huh, Teach?
Mm-hmm. That's a Monday night caffeinated episode for you.
Hey, yo.
If you learned anything tonight, maybe double check your cookies before you eat them.
Oh my God. So hold on. I love how Girl Scout cookie season was in full effect. And we're talking how we're trying to get our hands on gluten-free Girl Scout cookies, especially potentially for my mother and potentially somebody else I know that's also gluten-free, along with Plug Sassy. And I'm all for it. And what happens during Girl Scout cookie season? Of course, we have a fugazi, poor excuse, lame duck sauce company to fuck it all up.
Maybe you should let it stay to the Girl Scouts.
Hey, F3, leave the cookies to the Girl Scouts and quit fucking up the program and make it bear mood can. How about that?
Look, I stay away from sugar, but I could devour a box of Thin Mints. And on that note, episode 105. Go try the new Monster. Go try the new Rain. You can find them.
And remember, everybody, it's wintertime. We need you to stay warm. We need everybody healthy because flu season's still in effect. With that always said, right? I said the important things. So now stay caffeinated, but at the same time, drink your friggin' water. Okay? I said in reverse. Drink your freaking water, and of course, stay caffeinated. Love you all, and we'll see you next Monday. Comment freely, share to your friends, and drop some feedback, comments, and we could dish the dirt later on. Take it easy, everybody. Happy Monday. Have a good